Hey everyone, this is a word of warning before you enter this video. This video is long and boring and I didn't have access to the internet when I was editing it, so there's no pretty pictures for you to look at. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe.
Hey Hoovians, Crispy Bro here. Yes, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am a week late. That is just classic, isn't it? That is absolutely classic Crispy Pro. Wow. I was doing so well. I was good for like 7 weeks straight there, or however long we've been going. And damn. I don't have internet access at the moment, so editing this video is going to be tricky. So, you know, I'll only be able to upload it, obviously, so it's a long story. Basically, the reason it's taken this long is because I have a life out of YouTube. It's shocking. I've just finished college for the year, and I've got some mates over, and for the whole week, and so I haven't really had a moment to, you know, like, sit down and with my massive computer and my microphone and my webcam and talk about Doctor Who. I was actually in the middle of nowhere, like camping, when this episode came out. I watched this off my phone. Sorry, this is more of a rant than a review at the moment. But anyway, here we are. This place is different. This is where I'll be for the next 3 months, would you believe? But that's enough of me talking. Let's talk about one of the best goddamn episodes of Doctor Who I've seen in a while. Kerblam! Overall, I thought this episode was excellent. I thought that the Kerblam men, as a threat, very good. I loved it a lot. You know, the TARDIS team doing their thing, love what they're doing. But the actual premise of this episode was so simple, yet so like, it was easy to follow, but it wasn't so easy that it seemed boring. Premise felt very like Black Mirror-ish. Like, if you don't know Black Mirror, it's a great show. You should definitely check it out. It's one of my other favorite shows, and I liked this concept because, you know, we always say that like, technology is taking over, and this is taking place in an environment where, you know, only 10% of the workforce are humans, and it's like really hard for humans to get jobs because the machines have taken over. I thought that was cool, and I liked how they played on that. So what was new in this episode? Well, they had Lee Mack guest starring in this episode, and my goodness, he is one of my favorite comedians of all time, and they killed him off in the first bloody 15 minutes. I was very much looking forward to him and seeing what he'd do. So that was a bit of a shame that he didn't get much more screen time. But in the screen time that he had, I was very impressed with him. If you guys don't know who Lee Mack is, he's the guy that had the daughter, and he works for his daughter, his 6-year-old daughter, I'm pretty sure. And then he got kablammed. The one thing that I actually really liked about this episode compared to the rest of the season was that I was actually half invested in the side characters. You know, I cared for Lee Mack's character, and then when he died, I was like, oh gosh. But I really liked the girl they had that was working with the Doctor and Ryan. Can't remember her name. She really reminded me of the girl from A Good Man Goes to War. I don't know if that's a really random connection to make, but yeah, I thought it was cool, and she was like, she'd never seen Presents before. I don't know, I thought she was just a really well written character, and so I thought that was good for the audience to get invested in her. My favorite scene of this episode would have to be just like the opening 5 minutes of this, when they're all in the TARDIS. This clip was released as part of the Children in Need thing, and then, you know, we got the obvious reference to Matt Smith's Fez arriving, and I was like, wow, we really haven't had many references to previous Doctor Who this entire season, so it was a bit of, you know, a breath of fresh air. It was really cool. One thing I absolutely loved that I only saw the second time watching this, for some reason I only picked up the second time I was watching this, was the Agatha Christie reference, when the Doctor's like, oh, I've got to tell you, speaking, I don't know what she says, she's like, speaking of wasps, I've got to tell you about Agatha Christie. I was like, wow, that is great. That's an obvious reference to that David Tennant episode called Ant-Man and the Wasp. Why can't I think of the name of this episode?
Agatha Christie's Murder Mystery.
So one of you guys are going to leave it in the comments below. Why can't I remember this thing? My favorite quote was, "It's the Kerblam man." Now, no episode of Doctor Who is perfect, apart from obviously Forest of the Shite. What a masterpiece. So yes, obviously there's going to be some flaws, but I found it really hard to find flaws in this episode. Like, the one major flaw was that it ended. I was having such a great time with this episode. But one thing, like, I can kind of nitpick, I guess, was that the villain did kind of, you know, come out of nowhere. In terms of the story, that it's so well setting up the relationship between him and the girl he had a crush on, the Good Man Goes to War girl. I thought that could be interesting. I thought in the end, you know, like they were gonna have that moment where they, like, you know, they kiss or something, or they hold hands and walk off into the sunset majestically. But I feel like they justified it pretty well. You know, because the fact that like the Good Man Goes to War girl, I'm just gonna call her that from now on. The fact that she dies and that he was like really like angry about it, you know, added to his character and his motivations. I thought, I don't know, I feel like the villain could have been written a bit better if they had if they made this like an hour-long episode, and so that the sudden reveal didn't seem so, you know, out of field. Anyway, to conclude, this episode was one of the best ones I've seen in quite some time. I thought, you know, that it was funny. It was scary, it was well-paced, and just good television. It was a lot of fun. You can't deny that this episode was not a lot of fun. So we'll give Kerblam a 9 out of 10. I feel like this episode was pretty much on par with the opener for me. I will definitely be going back and watching this one. But hey, that was just my opinion. Please let me know yours down below, because I think your opinions are much better and much more thought out, considering this review is a week late. So you've had plenty of time to think about it. Please let me know what you think of this episode, because I have stayed clear of the internet. The internet could hate this episode and I'd be oblivious to it. So please let me know your honest thoughts on the episode down below. It'd be very interesting to see what you guys have to say. Anyway, just to let you know, yeah, this is obviously where I'll be for the next few months. As I said, I'm gonna get back into the groove of things. It's just holiday time, and you know, I'm only just getting settled. So I apologize for my slight absence, but trust me, I have some videos lined up. I've got an interview with a guy that's been in something like 40 episodes of Doctor Who, something ridiculous. And I also have I have filmed my Doctor Who leaked video that talks about everything that's leaked since the revival of the show. So get keen for that. Yeah, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Kerblam, and I'll see you tomorrow for my review of the Witchy episode. So get excited. Yes, anyway, get keen for my Witchy episode review. Can't remember what it's called. But get keen for that tomorrow night. I'll hopefully sort myself out. I feel like I'm just rambling a lot. I'm gonna go to bed. It is like 10:30 right now. And I've got to edit this, so that's pretty fun. Anyway, please like this video for being tired. Please subscribe if you've not already. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Allons-y!